Pika, 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 pika. Welcome to your magical motherfucking moon message. Got the sun, got Tarjay, don't get hit up. Moon in Capricorn, sun in Taurus. I'm doing this a little early. The moon is like on the verge of entering 0 degrees Cap. I figured let's just get this done. And that is no, I don't think that's an infinity, but shout out to Infinity Gang. You already know what it is. Got a great affirmation for you to just ponder on. We don't use affirmations to change our reality. That's like expecting a screwdriver to screw on a screw on an appliance. The screwdriver doesn't do it. You use the screwdriver to do it, just like you can use affirmations. Don't let the affirmations use you. That was a horrible joke. Anyway, other than that, relative to this, ponder the reality that endless possibilities are available to you. So don't let the excuse of not knowing what to do or not being aware that you can do anything stop you. Just surrender to the endless possibilities that you can imagine, and your imagination will do all the heavy lifting for you. See, don't get in your pride and ego. There's 2 levels of Virgo. Okay, the first level of Virgo is the Virgo who has not completed their understanding, and they hyper-analyze so much fixation on the physical, they get super neurotic in their analysis and stressful and focus so much materially on what is physical. The Master Virgo lets their imagination do the heavy lifting. They suspend their ego, and remember that even though they can analyze all these things, everything in life is subject to change. So they can still apply that analysis, but release this sense of anxiety because their imagination takes the cake. And that's why Virgos need Pisces, just like Pisces needs Virgo, so that they can get the analytical portion down. We all need each other. That being said, as you tap in to the endless possibilities that are available for you, I welcome you to one of the most significant transits we're having this Taurus season. The sun is 18 degrees conjunct Uranus. Christopher Watecki is back. Shout out to the sensei. He put me on to step astrology over a decade ago, a unique system that was created, I think, by someone else. But I'm not saying this for you to reference. You don't have to look it up or like learn it. There's so many different, there's at least a couple other degree theories, so you don't have to take this as gospel. But from what we use, 18 degrees rounds up to 9, okay? I love and I decide. 8, I decide, and 1, I love, okay? That equals 9, action. So this conjunction is going to spur innovative action based towards on the manifestation of the unique properties of your body. I like to bring up Demon Slayer. Uranus and Taurus is manifesting supernatural qualities of your body that are very subtle. In Demon Slayer, Tanjiro, the main character, is of course a sun breather, but also was a water breather. But regardless of that, he had a very acute sense of smell. This dude could smell things that other people couldn't smell, and it helped him find people and whatnot. One of his friends, right, Zenitsu, had a very keen sense of hearing. So for those of you who are more clairaudient or clairvoyant, what is happening before you step into that is the natural quality of just your physical senses are heightening. Every single one of your physical senses are heightening, but the one that you use more than others, because not everyone is auditory. Some people are visual. Some people need to sense, whichever, physically, whichever sense of yours, or some people are just claircognizant or knowing. So whichever sense of yours you've been developing, that's going to be one of the major senses that continues to break through into now supernatural elements of applying this enhancement of your already natural senses. Okay. That being said, what this does is put you in a position to personally get into the nature of powerfully activating the purpose of this transit, which is to understand the utilization of your manifestation potential. Capricorn is I use, it's I control, it's I decide. Taurus is I manifest, or Taurus is I value, right? You're understanding the very real utilization and integrity of your natural value and worth. This creates a ninth house aspect as soon as the moon reaches about 20 degrees. So from 0 to 18 degrees, we are still concluding the 8th house quality of transforming our understanding of our value as we ascend into the proper utilization of it. All right. In a nutshell, I'm trying to describe the metaphysical dynamics with which why the sun on Uranus is a push button activation, so that coinciding with the moon in Capricorn, as you are activating this next yearly cycle of manifesting more supernatural quality in your body, the moon in Cap is going to teach you how to use this new manifestation power. You need to be fucking excited, because the theme of Taurus this year with the nodes is instant manifestation. And this is where it's not necessarily a good or bad thing. You have to have integrity in your beliefs. If you have not been doing the shadow work to confront this, negative beliefs and habits will manifest instantly. If you've done that work, especially over the past 2 weeks from new moon to full moon in Scorpio, get ready. This is the completion of the harvest phase. Once the moon goes 20 degrees Capricorn, trine the sun in Taurus. Once we have that exact trine, the final part of this activation begins. So everything up until before 18 degrees is you understanding how to use this like a loading bar, getting ready to go at 100%. And then once the moon is 20 degrees, you're going to be fully using this with that exact trine. So you don't have to wait till then, but that's just a range coming over the next 2 days of how effectively to see what is once again activating with and through you once again. And why this is really, really awesome is the moon's going to trine Uranus in Taurus. It's going to trine the North Node getting ready to leave Taurus in the beginning. The moon has already made it off its trine to Jupiter, applying this boost of understanding how much you've evolved, aiding the higher perspective of how to see it. So this is literally the practicality and the understanding of the physical mechanics around this. Scorpio provided the intangible wisdom. Sagittarius manifested this intangible wisdom through an ascendant perspective, so you can see elements of this. And of course, Capricorn is grounding all of that so that you can actually use it. This is where it's real. This is where, up until this point, there's no more hit or miss. Like, now you have the integrity for using this. And now the moon in the ninth house has to teach you the ethics and integrity of what direction to take this new cycle in. To talk about the science of cycles, anytime the sun conjuncts any planet, including the moon, it represents a new conjunction cycle. In order to understand astrology, you have to understand the language that the cycles say, course coming soon. And so with that being said, I know I said course coming soon for a while, but we cooking. So with that being said, every year, right, since like 2010, 2011, coming into like 2016, 2016, 2015, like when Uranus was in Aries, we had yearly conjunction cycles to the sun in Aries. And this pushed further how much more unique power we were activating and awakening. Now it's in Taurus. So every time we've had a conjunction to the sun Uranus that we have once a year, we do this with some Pluto and some Neptune. This is establishing, relative to the planets, the nature of the cycle that's moving forward. This is a very powerful one because Saturn and Neptune's in Pisces, and of course with Pluto 0 degrees Aquarius, unlike previous Sun-Uranus conjunctions at the beginning degrees, that was still awakening this quality at an auto-nervous level, very deep within your subconscious. We're breaking through more into your ability to actually perceive it, coming into Gemini, and actually tangibly interface with this as well. That being said, this is going to be quite rugged, because by the time the moon is in Aquarius, you'll complete this transit by understanding the knowledge of your value and what the fuck you did and what the fuck you've been doing and how the fuck you're doing it, okay? Very key. This conjunction with Saturn, Uranus is manifesting an extra palette of strength to awaken. Uranus is flash insights and sudden awakenings, the physiology and physical quality of your five senses, the strength of your physical body, and most importantly, the supernatural ability to harness energy through the use of manifesting the causal mind into reality. This is where we get quantum with it, and we get all into, of course, particles, waves versus particles, and uncertainty principles, where Uranus is the higher octave of Mercury that focuses your attention and is able to tap into the true state of your mind before it's fractured in this 3D throughout all the different multiverses. That was the horrible explanation. I'm doing the best I can to try and make sense of this. We're still struggling to... The language we speak doesn't really allow us to explain more metaphysical aspects of this. So we have to use analogies to make sense of this. But just keep that in mind. Your understanding of this may be way different, and I want you to go with that. I'm just here to stimulate your ideas so you can come with your own perception. Please don't ever watch this like it has to just be this way or not. I just aim with this to give you messages that, spark ideas and enable you to come up with your own perception of things. But that being said, this is still very powerful. 9 degrees, 18 equaling 9 is going to induce very powerful and strong action based on the quality of what you've manifested. And as you understand how to use your own manifestation ability, you're going to now break down the critical, practical, real facets of this value that enable you to come into the higher direction of where to not only move this, but most importantly, how really to control this, amongst other things. And it puts you in such an incredible position to rise up relative to this unconventional manifestation of your quality. And this is going to open the door, coming into Gemini season, of literally expressing magic abilities, shooting fire, levitating. Pluto and Aquarius crossed the threshold to where a lot of this awakening, which was really more conceptual and auto-nervous, comes out consciously through Aquarius of the mind. So now you can begin to know what's happening. If you're ready to begin to use your abilities at a more supernatural level, the rest of this Taurus transit is here to facilitate that. So while you are understanding this, take your time with it. This is going to be a 2-day transit, give or take. And the more the degrees start to ascend up past 20, the more you're going to be gaining very powerful insight on the understanding of using your instant manifestation capability. And I'm going to end this reading off where we started. The possibilities are endless. You don't like a situation? There are literally an infinite number of possibilities you can create. Manifestation and creation requires focus and action. And the secret is, once you already have this within your mind and soul, There's nothing you have to do but just still live it. You can't wait for this. If it's not real for you inside, it's not going to be real out here, because this shit is not real. Study the fact that this universe is not locally real, and this will help a lot of you break through. The only thing that's real is the kingdom of heaven that's within you. Pika pika, motherfucker. You guys stay blessed as always. Stay infinite as always. You are an infinity year as always. And until next time,